How does memory work?
I feel like it's different for different people. Mainly I base that on my brother, one of my brothers. His memory is far better than my memory, I feel like. He remembers things in intricate detail that I simply don't remember. It's possible my memory is just not as good as some people's. But of course, I've read how when you retrieve a memory, that affects how the memory exists in your brain subsequently. So theoretically, it could just get farther and farther from what actually happened, I suppose. Certainly our memories are very distinct from any reality that we've experienced, I feel like. In most cases, not all cases, I suppose. Memory is its own reality, I think. Kind of like a painting is related to a person, but not the same. I like to write down inspirational sayings, and sometimes I put them on little pieces of paper they're recycled from other things. So like, this is from Flaubert: "A writer must wade into life as into the sea, but only up to the navel." To which my daughter had a riposte. She said, "Even up to the navel, it's easy to get swept away." And these are some other ones. Some of them I've read, some are from my relatives. This is Marianne Evans, also known as George Eliot. "I am determined to sell everything I possess and be a stranger and a foreigner upon the earth forevermore." Feels kind of relevant to me because of my life history. These are from a podcast I like. It had to do with a guy who has a delusion that he meets Edgar Allan Poe. "Hey Edgar, was there one specific day when you realized you and the universe were just not compatible?" I've had that feeling, like a lot of writing people. This is an old saying of my father: "Enjoy your work. It's a matter of kidding yourself." Here's a haiku from Kobayashi Isa. "On a branch, floating down river, a cricket singing." Boy, I have a couple memories. One is my parents hugging and me hugging their legs. You know how like a little child will come up and hug because you're so short. Just a memory in the kitchen of my house, my dad coming in, hugging my mom, and me coming up and hugging their legs. Probably a pretty notable memory because we were not a really huggy family. And then I have another memory, which is a very strange one. And I don't know, my parents would roll their eyes. I don't know if it can be a real memory because it's really from before the time when you're supposed to have memories. But it was so notable. So my parents had moved from a small apartment to a large old house, which was in pretty bad shape, although it had been a lovely house, at one point. And they pulled up the carpeting, and there was a mass of termite larvae. And I was just a little tiny child, and I don't think I really knew what it was, but I think it was probably just such a strange and notable episode that it stays in my mind. And I think it's a real memory, but I was definitely younger than 4, which is I think when memories are supposed to start to kick in. So anyway, those are probably my 2 earliest memories. One pleasant, one kind of sci-fi weird. I was born and raised in Peoria, Illinois. Yeah. On the west bluff of the Illinois River. A place that is dear to my heart. I like the idea of kind of a magical feeling associated with certain places. And I feel like I have no idea what causes it, but I've felt it to do with places where I grew up. And there's this concept of the urban wildlands interface. I don't know if you can call Peoria all that urban. It's kind of urban. But I feel like I sort of grew up in a place like that because of growing up on a river bluff where there were kind of a thin woods, and then of course there were people and industries. And I just love those areas. It always feels like anything could happen.